Hello, hello, hello. We are live. This is Arnel Tanyag, and I have my guest Fred Brown. We're going to pull up what we call Resilient 17. My name is Arnel Tanyag with Tanyag Company. I'm a MAPS business coach and a certified referral trainer with 7L Refer Code. I'm the host of Resilient 17, 17 minutes of being resilient. So the purpose of Resilient 17 is to be a light in today's business environment. We want people that I host on here that are sharing with you what they're doing to light up their community. If you look up resilience in the dictionary, it's defined as the capacity to recover from the stressful life events, your ability to withstand adversity and bounce back and grow despite life's downturn. And the reason we do this is we want people to basically see how we are being resilient, not only locally, but also in the nation. This is my first out-of-town guest. And Fred is not even from Hampton Roads, but we have met through 7L and Refer Co. We were even together at Referral Mastery in Atlanta. So he's part of my generosity network, and he's part of the generosity generation. So I want to introduce my guest today, Fred. Introduce yourself to us.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Fred Brown. I'm here out of Columbus, Ohio. I'm an investor for investors, and my company name is True Real Estate Solutions. To keep it simple, what we do, we help people make and keep their real estate business profitable. Yep. So that's our rally cry.
Awesome.
It's very simple, but the long term is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, so tell us something that nobody knows about you.
Something that nobody knows about me. I started my company very late. And the reason why is because I didn't think it was a business yet. So,
oh, wow.
And that's very deep, right? What we think about ourselves, perception, and what we're going to talk about today with resilience. What you think about yourself, what you think about the market is all up here. So it's all mindset, it's all perspective. So the number one thing is I started my company very late, even though I was actually doing the business for over 11 years now. And I'm talking about searching, I'm talking about actually doing deals, buying property, but the actual framework and I want to say the posture of the company came very much later.
Oh, wow. So tell me about any family in the area that you have?
Yeah.
About your family?
Yes, absolutely. My sister, well, I'm going to talk about my brothers and sisters. Most of my family is from Toledo, Ohio. And I have one sister that live here. And she has 2 kids, a husband, that type of thing, the family going on. She's works for a prestigious law firm here in Columbus, Ohio, downtown. And she is a very good contact to have. And I think I am for her as well.
That's good. So we talked about, tell me, sum up what your business is. I mean, so I know you said you're an investment facilitator. You help people invest in real estate. Give us a little bit of information about that so we get a good understanding.
So what we do from beginning to end, we help you with the investment. So the relationship, our business, where we making the money at is off of the relationship. So I don't want you to just buy property from us. I want you to succeed ongoingly so we can buy multiple properties. Most of our investors has been around us for years. And I'm talking about my goal. If you come work with us, you become an actual client that I try to insulate, meaning that we try to get you the right contractors. We try to get you the right property manager because everyone's communication is different, but we definitely have the people that work. We're no longer looking at that because when you're new to the business, you don't know what works. You're going off of what people are telling you and what they're trying to show you. Yeah. And if you're very green, which is nothing wrong with being green, if you're very green, you don't even know what's what, even if they're showing you a presentation. You really don't know, but you're trying to figure it out. Does that make sense? So our main goal
makes complete sense.
Keep you profitable. keep you very profitable.
That's awesome. So tell us what's your what's your unique value proposition, or what makes you different from everybody else?
So the journey, we're there with you with the journey. So to give that into a scope of a picture, if you're walking in a forest and it's a forest that you don't know where that trail goes, what we're doing is we're knowing the forest. We have the map. We know where to stop at. We know who. We don't have to ask for directions because we have directions. So in our investment business, again, the contractors, the subcontractors, the property managers, the closing companies, and these things are very huge. And I've heard it like this: things are only necessary when it's at one or two of the extremes. When it's either not being done or it's being done, and you got to check it. That's when only two things are necessary.
Right.
So a guy like me is not necessary until you had a fall or until you've experienced a bad property manager that you signed a contract with for 12 months. And after you sign that contract beyond that first month, guess what happened? They're not contacting you back because you don't have enough inventory for them. You're not a huge priority. So these are things that are very intimate in the dealings of real estate, but no one talks about. No one talks about this stuff. That makes sense?
Okay, so what does resilience mean to you? Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that makes complete sense. So that's why I think you're a facilitator with that. That's what you're getting what you do.
And that's where the facilitator comes from. And within that there's resilience. So over time, that's why I said from one investor to another investor, I actually own property. And what I've seen is people not knowing their money, people not knowing who's coming and going. They talk about a property when you have rental property, it's only down 10% vacancy or 8% vacancy, where you got to get a property back together. So we bring the reality to investing and understand how to close and bridge those gaps. That's resilience, whether it be in business or your personal life. So every entrepreneur should have, if you've been in business some time, should have some type of resilience within you. Do you agree, Arnel?
That's right. That's right. So what do you think about COVID-19, and how's your business made changes with? First, what do you think about COVID? How is it in Ohio for you with COVID and all that stuff?
COVID-19. It has affected businesses. Mine's, I'm feeling a slight effect, but however, we made a couple pivots and we're right back on track. COVID-19 as a whole, what it is, I don't know per se. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. I don't speak on those things I do not know anything about. I don't even have a theory about it. And the reason why is understanding how to pivot and stay resilient and to stay consistent in this time is huge. So what I think about COVID as a whole is that it has changed the way we do business. That's why we're right now on the video chat. That's why we're not able to hold events.
That's right.
But however, it's not about what you're not able to do, but it's about what you're able to still do in order to stay afloat or to succeed beyond that.
So how have you pivoted?
So
from your perspective,
I have a decently profitable rental business, and we don't use Airbnb, and we're not conventional rentals. We do shared living, and what that is more of a room type of situation where we rent out rooms in each house. So each house is we're looking at them as a ecosystem where more than one person lives.
Wow.
And the goal is to create
amazing.
An ecosystem.
That is amazing.
And this is not to boast, but we have not missed the rent yet. And it's just because of what the market is doing, what demographics are doing. Futuristically, a lot of people don't want big houses or rent big houses. So we're talking about millennials. We're talking about even older baby boomers. I have a lot of people calling just because the rent is affordable. And imagine, and just to break it down,
that's good.
Imagine if you got a 3 rooms, 4 room house, and it's 500 per room. That's easily, just to give you some round numbers, that's easily $2,000 a month in gross income. Most areas inside Columbus, Ohio, with the purchase price of the property and with payments, you can cash flow that very easily.
Wow. So it sounds like to me you've just been looking at the trends in your area and making some adjustments so you can still get ahead.
Absolutely, and you got to constantly do that. I'm sure in the future something else is going to happen, not necessarily COVID. And people don't get this wrong. I'm not against anyone that is experiencing a high shift in their business or have actually experienced death within their family because of COVID. But what I am trying to say, at some point, you got to reacclimate yourself. You got to change something in order to get what you need to get. And that's where this resilience is coming into play right now.
That's good. So, and you told me before that you're also looking for people who want to learn the real estate investing because you'll coach them. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So I wouldn't say I'm a coach. You become a client that you get that you get the guidance for free along with it. So long as you're not trying to use our services and just go somewhere else, that's the caveat to it. You got to use us. You're gonna use us for the information.
That's good. That's good.
Purchase. But that's what we do to keep.
Yeah. So you're in the trenches with them. You're in the trenches with them. Sounds like.
Yeah. If you're not, I don't know what company you're working with, but if a company is not in the trenches with you, and again, we can experience this through COVID. Who's in the trenches? Who's not? Who's going to continue business? Who's not? All that stuff. Based on support, contact, are they reaching out? Are they seeing how you're doing? Like, I know my investors right now, I got guys that still want to invest. I'm going to an investment meeting right after this. So I still got guys that want to invest. So and it's not about them wanting to invest. It's about me being able to reach out and I'm asking them what's going on, how's business? And then they said, look, we're still looking to move forward with more investment opportunities if you got them.
That's amazing. So what type of clients are you looking for? Ideal clients you're looking for during these times?
So given some of the restrictions, people that got a 700 credit score or more, that's looking to use source funding for investing into real estate, or people that have cash, you can have a 401k, an IRA, we can self-direct those things, roll them over and get them self-directed. But people that genuinely want to make, and this is, you generally want to make a return, a realistic return. And I'm not looking for everyone. And it's not just about money, but we actually go through a process where we talk and see if it would be a good fit for both of us.
Okay, that's good. So it's a win. It's a win-win for you and them.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, investing, it's a long-term thing. And it's very simple. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. And if it's not working, what adjustments do you need to make in order to make it work? And we feel like we have enough history with that 11 years experience to either, if things do go south, to get them right back on track.
That's good. So how are you showing that you're being generous out to the community and to your clients? Are you doing anything unique or special out there?
Yes, I'm coming to them. Whether it's via video chat, I will still meet with you. I mean, we're going to keep our distance. Like I picked up clients during this. And again, I'm still meeting. So I'm letting them know I'm here for you. And I think that's a more personal thing that you can do, is personalized, especially your top clients. Like if you're receiving revenue, and this is in my head, if you're receiving revenue and they're supporting your business, the best thing you can do is support them. The worst thing you can do is not support people, especially in times like this. And
I agree. So share us a success story over the last 30 days that you helped study, and what was the problem and how did the outcome turn out?
Last 30 days, we got a few of them. I'm gonna pick one where someone came on board trying to do what we do. So a strategy that we use is wholesaling. So a couple guys came to me like, Fred, I want to wholesale. I said, okay, great. And just to start off, this back up the story just a little bit. I was referred to these guys, and they was referred to me. So we already had what we call borrowed trust. So to move back forward, they said we want to wholesale. I said, okay, great. Let's hop on a video chat because again, this is during this time. So we talked about their goals because again, I don't really coach. And the reason why I say that is just because of past experiences. So I don't really coach, and I let them know that. I said, so why should we work together? You know, it's not a boastful thing. It's not about why should I pick you. It's about why should we work together? What do you believe that I have that can help you? And then I got to see if that's true, if there's a fit. So with that, we started a fit. They said, look, this is what we want. We want to wholesale. How does it look right now? Is it still possible? I said, yes, you can still close deals. But there is some lag time. So instead of putting property under contract for just 30 days to be able to close on them, we're doing 60. And he said, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
I said, this is an adjustment that we made. And he said, okay, well, I got a partner and we want to get started. I said, I told him my dollar amounts. They said yes, we'll get you the money, that type of thing. And the next thing you know, in about a week after we having that conversation, they signed up. And that and to go farther into the success part of it, less than a week after they got signed up, we had a property in contract with an ultra motivated seller. Not only the seller is ultra motivated, but the deal is very it is stacked, meaning that there's a lot of revenue to be made off of it.
Wow.
For sure. Yeah.
Wow.
And to give
That's
you the
amazing.
span, this has not been, I mean, from the time they came on board, it's been less than a week. Yep.
Wow. That's amazing. So share with us why this video is important and what do you want people to remember after they watch this video?
It's not easy. First of all, pivots are necessary, but things are simple. I heard it like this, and I'll never forget it. It was this Hispanic woman, and she said it like this. What I've learned in time, and then she was older. She said, when times got hard, I work harder. I was like, man, that's a simple equation. It's not E equal MC squared. However, it's a very simple equation, and it's like addition. If you fall 7 times or subtraction, if you fall 7 times, you get up 8, you win, flat out. And that's why I want you to understand. I'm not here to sell you. All I want you to do is win, encourage you, to motivate you to get out there, to keep going. And if you do need some help in real estate, or if you're looking to invest, I am here in Columbus, Ohio. So that's
awesome. So I'm gonna pull up. Yeah, I want to pull up your information. So it's Fred Brown with True Real Estate Solutions. Homebuyer24@gmail.com. Cell 614-427-3006. And then you are actually it's Columbus, Ohio, right?
Correct. Columbus, Ohio. So we were the hottest market before all this happened. One of the hottest markets in the nation.
How's the market now since all this stuff is happening?
Sales are still going on. You just got to pivot again. Like I'm talking to mortgage lenders, I'm talking to realtors. Sales are still going on. You got to pivot. So if a client has lost their job, you got to understand, like for a realtor perspective, what's really going on? Is the deal still possible? Was it heavy loaded in the first place? Was the income only dependent on one of the income earners for that household? And again, these are all small pivots to make the necessary adjustments to keep going.
No, that's amazing. So
yep.
I want to take a moment just to to thank Fred for being here, because here's the reason we do Resilient 17. Basic reason is in today's environment, COVID-19, we're in Hampton Roads, Fred's in Columbus. I've known Fred through the Generosity Generation. He's in my Generosity Network. And I was like, hey, I'd love to interview about what's going on outside of roads. But at the end of the day, Fred's innovating. He's still pivoting. He's still generating income, and he's still helping people.
Absolutely.
So we want to hear what other people are doing, like Fred. To me, it's an inspiration to hear him work and doing stuff. Go ahead.
What does the 17 stand for?
It's 17 minutes. 17 minutes. Well, we go 17 minutes. Actually, 17 minutes, if you look in the biblical perspective, it's victory.
There we go. Victory. I like it. Victory. I like it a lot.
Victory, man. Because anyway, when I'm interviewing you and I'll just, man, hey, I'm doing some deals. I'm out there pivoting. I'm out, making my business run, helping people out. That inspires me. That gets me motivated. And I think it inspires other people, because at the end of the day, if you look at everything on social media and everything on TV, it's all about COVID, what we need to do, what we need to tell to do. You don't really hear some success stories. You hear how people are just talking about how they're doing business and making business. You see a lot of people social distancing and trying to manage their time. But, a lot of us have to figure out how to work. We still got to figure out how to do this. And so one of the best ways is just interview people who are still doing it. Not just kind of going. And I tell people, too, if you're not doing a video or two letting people what you're doing, they're assuming that you're not working.
Exactly.
They're assuming they're like everybody else. And we don't want to be like everybody else. We want to be people that are still conscious of what's going on, but we're still serving. We're doing business. We're still helping if we can. We're out there, because there's all types of people. Put your head down and keep working and hope it gets better, or paralyzed and overwhelmed, or what you're doing, Fred. Hey, I'm changing. I'm still working. I'm still making deals. I'm still closing, but I'm also conscious. I'm helping people. So that's why I chose to call Fred, because it'd be good for somebody outside the area that I know is doing business. So it doesn't matter where we're at. We're still doing business. Mm-hmm.
And can I say one last thing? When it first happened, I was in awe. I couldn't believe a virus did this. And I was in awe. I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped to look. Just don't stay there. Take some time to look, but don't stay there. Because me stopping and looking through just observing, it allowed me to understand what changes I need to make right now. And observing was calling mortgage lenders. It was calling Arnel. It was calling realtors. It was calling everyone to try to figure out what's going on. How can we do this? How this is impacting you guys, and then going to impact me. And then boom, that's where changes started happening. So keep going.
That's right.
It wasn't easy.
So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But you got it done. So, all right, Fred, let's go ahead and say bye, everybody on the social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Plus, all those social media people, Ohio here and Virginia. And I'm going to take a moment to end the broadcast. And we're good.